Welcome in, Browns fans, to the Browns Report by Chat Sports. My name is Moose. A little Moosey action coming at you. First of all, before I start with today's episode, which is, of course, all about Jordan Hicks' retirement announcement, I do want to say thank you for being patient with us here over at the Browns Report. I know Matthew Peterson's last video was yesterday. He is officially done with Chat Sports, completely now. So for the meantime, we're going to be trying to get an amalgamation of different hosts to come in and deliver Browns news just for you until a more permanent host can actually step in here before the beginning of the 2025 season. With that being said, we're still going to give you the latest and greatest surrounding the Cleveland Browns. So if you haven't done so already, like today's video and subscribe to the channel. Remember, football is less than 6 weeks away, which is unbelievable to think about. Where did the summer go? Okay, now let's talk about the reason that you clicked into today's video. Jordan Hicks announced his retirement, kind of coming out of nowhere. Now, if you bear with me here for a little bit, I don't have my usual notes and usual setup, so I'm getting the news in just as you are getting the news in as well. So I'm going to bring up what Ian Rappaport kind of announced on Twitter, and this is what the NFL world is kind of saying. Longtime playmaker Jordan Hicks for the Cleveland Browns has announced his retirement, and I'm going to read the statement issued by Jordan Hicks that looks like he put on his Instagram. He said, quote, "Football has given me more than I could have ever imagined. Purpose, discipline, brotherhood, and a platform to impact others. But most importantly, it showed me who I am outside the game. I leave this chapter with deep gratitude for every lesson, challenge, and victory. I am proud of what I've accomplished on the field, but even more proud of the man that I have become because of it. To my teammates, my coaches, my fans, and most importantly, my family, thank you for your unwavering support throughout this journey. I'm looking forward to this next season of life and all that it brings. I walk away with peace knowing that I gave football all that I had and that the best is yet to come. Forever grateful, Jordan Hicks." Some nice words right there. For Browns fans, this is bad news. Not bad news because the defense is now completely in shambles. It isn't, right? The Browns are still going to have a really good defensive line. I think the pass rush is going to be really good. But you are losing a very productive player that you had last year. 78 tackles. He had 7 stuffs, 2 sacks. He was I don't want to call him a centerpiece, right, of this Browns defense, but he definitely was a valued starter, even in his older age. Now, he only spent 1 year with the Browns, but right now, doesn't it feel like the Browns just can't catch a break? I mean, I can't express how much chaos has been going on throughout the last couple of weeks, but Browns fans know this better than anybody. It just is kind of like the MO, right? Like, chaos seems to be something that thrives in this organization, whether it was the Baker years or, most recently Quinshon Judkins, who we're not going to really touch on in today's episode because there's no point to beat a dead horse. We know what happened. But I do want to say that this is now an opportunity for Carson Swissinger to really showcase his ability as the leader of this football team, especially with the linebackers, right? You want to see Schwesinger's leadership display now come out in full. He had the opportunity, at least for a couple of weeks, to learn behind Jordan Hicks, who is a valued leader, an NFL veteran such as Hicks. And, his ability to, call plays is probably something that we're going to have to really now lean on a rookie for. Is it the most ideal situation? No. But that's the NFL. You got to roll with the punches. I mean, somebody goes down. What were to happen, hypothetically, if Jordan Hicks were to get injured play 1 of the NFL season? Schwesinger is now the leader of this defense. And I realize that the Browns have plenty of backups to turn to in this time. But now you really have to see Devin Bush and Carson Swissinger command the middle of the field. Not only in pass coverage, but also in identifying play coverages, packages the offenses are going to be throwing at you, audibles at the line of scrimmage. And this is going to be a tough thing to do if you are a rookie coming in. But there's a reason you took him first pick of the second round. That early in the second round is because you believe that eventually he is the captain and the vocal leader, the communicator of this defense. Now, playing linebacker is probably not as glamorous as it once was back in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, right? Because today we kind of have the, newly created position of edge rusher that is specifically designed to get after the quarterback. So linebackers now have to be better in pass coverage than ever before. But I believe that Schwesinger has the opportunity to now step into that role. Now moving back on to Hicks for just a second. It's hard to say, that I disagree with this decision because it's his career, right? It's his NFL life. And if he felt like this was it for him, then who am I to say that, it's the right time to go? Because according to him, it was. I do wish him the very best. I wish all the, best luck for him and his family. And going forward, I hope that whatever life throws at him, he ends up succeeding in. This does leave a hole for the Cleveland Browns, though. Maybe one that can be filled with a veteran presence that is still remained unsigned. Excuse me one second. My phone is blowing up. I'm getting notifications as they come in as well. One player of note, Kyzir White, last year with the Arizona Cardinals, who has been a multi-year starter, I believe 6-year starter now in the NFL, has had multiple seasons with over 100 tackles, could be a very easy plug-and-play linebacker for this defense. Now, he's not going to do much in terms of getting after the quarterback. His run stopping is so-so, okay in pass coverage. He's not going to break the bank, right? He's not going to be this guy that, holy cow, we found this diamond in the rough. But what he can do is stabilize the position now vacated by Jordan Hicks, which I feel like is probably, something that the Browns at least need to consider. Because if your, idea of next man up mentality is your only go-to plan, you've got a lot to consider because, remember, injuries happen all the time. You could be looking at a potential third or fourth string linebacker that ends up taking starting reps throughout the season, which, again, not ideal, which is why I think you need to at least consider the possibility of maybe going out and signing a player like Kyzir White or maybe give C.J. Mosley a call. I know he retired as well. But, players come out of retirement all the time, and it's probably a better shot than asking Jordan Hicks to at least come back, considering he just did it this morning. So if you called up C.J. Mosley, who is a 5-time Pro Bowl caliber linebacker, to come back and play one more year, I don't know how much the money would be on a one-year deal like that. You'd probably have to throw a bunch of incentives at him, right? It is probably within your best interest to do so. But the breaking news is that Jordan Hicks has officially retired. And it feels like the chaos never ends, especially this season so far. So hopefully things get back on track. Hopefully things settle down and the waters are at least, kind of calmed a little bit, which I think they will. Football cures everything, right? And we are less than 6 weeks away. So once week 1 gets underway, everything will just be about attacking the next week, game by game, take it game by game. And I think with the unique situation the Browns have at quarterback right now, understanding that there are plenty of guys that you can turn to throughout the season to see what they've got, Shador, Dillon Gabriel, and hopefully the Quinshon Judkins, situation is left in the past and everybody can move on and Judkins can, find his way onto the field at some point. I don't know when that point is going to be. But, again, I'm not a legal expert, so I don't know. All I know is that when news comes in about the Cleveland Browns and about the NFL, I've got to do my best to gather the information that I've got and deliver a video. So I don't want to make this too long. Jordan Hicks has retired now. Carson Swissinger, it's your time to shine, brother. Show us why you were taken so high Show us the leader that you can be. Show us your skill sets, both in pass coverage and against stopping the run, and also calling out the audibles and becoming the Mike linebacker here. And then also, let's go Browns, right? Let's go Browns. Let's try and put all of this behind us and go out and win some football games, because that is the ultimate, that clears everything. When you start winning, nobody cares. So that's the most important thing. Again, I apologize for the craziness surrounding the Cleveland Browns report right now. We will be for sure making sure that there is a full-time host in here for you guys as well, whether that be me or somebody else. We have not made that decision yet. But until next time, my name is Moose. Let's go Brownies.